The Welcome to Radiator Springs series is a series that I could really care less about. Introduced back in 2020 as a Target exclusive here in the US, it started off with some promise to it. Sort of like a redo or a new incarnation of the Radiator Springs classic line that used to be a Toys R Us exclusive back in the day. Every car released in this series in its original run came with an accessory and a little sticker. All of these accessories were repackaged, and they were pretty nice inclusions. They really weren't necessary, they basically just existed to jack up the price an extra buck, but they were nice. They were a nice way to get some accessories that were previously pretty hard to find, like, for example, Lizzie's radio, or Primer McQueen's TV screen, or Sally and Hudson Horn and Piston Cup McQueen's little dinner date table. I know of several people who bought the Radiator Springs, Welcome to Radiator Springs cars just to get those accessories. Personally, I never did that. I just got the cars that I didn't already have, and because of that, since I was only getting the ones I didn't already have, I only ever ended up picking up 2 cars from the series. The first wave included Blowing Bubbles Mater and the original version of Sally with Tattoo. I picked those 2 up, and I was excited to see what cars would get re-released in the future. And then the entire rest of the line continued to produce just the normal, stock standard versions of the characters. And then Bugmouth McQueen and Cactus McQueen, 2 of the least interesting, more common versions of McQueen. I was really disappointed, and I basically stopped caring about the series, but by the time they made Cactus McQueen, it was obvious that they were running out of accessories to use. The refusal to make new accessories and just repacking old ones meant that they couldn't go on like that forever. So, in mid-2021, they replaced the accessories and bumper stickers with these cheap plastic keychains. Since then, the line has basically had a bit of a soft reboot, re-releasing a bunch of other characters, but unfortunately they're still just focusing on the standard versions of the Radiator Springs cars. One highlight of the series, though, is this Luigi and Guido. You see, while the entire series is comprised of re-releases, these cars are made in Vietnam, and some of them have some little changes to them. Like, for example, their Luigi and Guido here, where they gave Luigi a fully new expression and gave Guido a new expression as well. And that inclined myself and several other collectors who don't really care for this line to pick these 2 up. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Welcome to Radiator Springs Luigi and Guido with their cheap plastic little keychain there. I'm pretty excited to take a look at these guys because, like I said, they changed up their expressions, and I really like them. And I think that if that's something they continue to do in the future for this series, I think a lot more people would care about it, myself included. All they have to do is just change up the expressions when they re-release the cars, and I would probably buy every single one of them. You can see Welcome to Radiator Springs here, the little warning choking hazard thing that's always included when Guido's released. Luigi and Guido kind of forced into the corner there. I really like the style of packaging. Honestly, I really like it. Kind of looks like a postcard, really classic looking. You can see it includes a keychain, which is right there. I've got Luigi and Guido, really nice looking name tag. But this isn't actually just any Guido. Another bonus of this pack is the fact that it actually comes with pit crew member Guido. And again, he has a new expression, which is even shown in his prototype image on the back. He's looking a bit off to the side instead of looking down and straight forward. See, Luigi and Guido, it seems I've gotten the international card back. You can see it in Russian there, I believe. We just have the typical picture of Luigi. You don't see any other cars in the back, because again, I think it's because I have the international version for some reason. I just found this at a Target. I don't know why it's the international card back. But anyway, let's get these 2 guys out of the package. This is my first purchase of the new year, actually. And just like that, that beautiful package is destroyed because of this huge keychain. I really could care less about these keychains. I'm not a big fan of them, and I just lost it. Great. Yeah, I didn't care much for the accessories, honestly. Like I said, I wasn't one of those people who just bought the cars because of the accessories, and the accessories always felt a bit random to me, but I don't know, this cheap plastic keychain just still feels like a bit of a cash grab. Here these 2 are out of the package, and they look incredible. These, I think, are some of the best expressions we've ever gotten on a Luigi and Guido. I haven't even reviewed them yet, and even in the packaging, I thought they looked amazing. Now, let me just retrieve my little keychain, which fell. Where did it go? Let's see here. Alright, I got it. And I've connected it to the included hook. Now, the hook is actually kind of a clever design because it's meant to resemble Mater's tow hook, but it's absolutely massive, really obnoxious, and it's just so huge. It's like inconveniently large. I really could not see this attaching to a lot of like zippers that you might attach it to. You could definitely fit it on a keyring, but do you really want something this obnoxiously large attached to the keyring? The thing itself is plastic. It really resembles the Precision series keychains, but those are metal and of much higher quality. This is just a cheap piece of plastic with a screenshot sticker on it. It's a very nice screenshot. Luigi and Guido outside the Costadella tires lit up at night. And it is interesting to see what pictures they choose for these keychains. Now, if I were a kid getting this, like if I had gotten this when I were younger, I don't really think I'd care all that much for the keychain. Obviously, I can't speak for other children who may receive this item now. From a collector's standpoint, I really don't think it gives an incentive for collectors to buy it. Again, with the previous Welcome to Radiator Springs line, you had a lot of collectors buying the cars just for the accessories, just because they didn't have the accessories before. But with this, I don't think any collector is going to go out of their way to get these keychains. The other side, which I realized when I was picking it up, actually has Luigi's license plate, just like the Precision Series one, which is a nice touch. I was wondering what was going to be on the back of these. I assumed it was just going to be like a sticker with the Cars logo, but no, it's a sticker with Luigi's license plate, which I think is a very nice touch. It'd actually be kind of cool to see all of these lined up with all of the different license plates. I think that's a really nice touch. I really like that concept, and it's clearly them trying to redo what they attempted with the Precision series. But yeah, I don't really care much for these. Let's hang it up over here for now. Now, moving on to Luigi and Guido, I can't praise these two enough. The expression on these two, Luigi in particular, is great. I love character variants with alternate expressions, and this one is no exception. A lot of the earlier Cars diecasts, a lot of the main characters have these pretty blank expressions. They're not as dynamic as Cars that you see released now. This Luigi's expression is a great update to the original. It's pretty similar, but it is pretty different as well. He's got this huge grin. It's super in character. I like the fact that he's looking down instead of up. And like I said, I think it just is a lot more dynamic. It's a lot more of a modern diecast expression instead of just sort of the stare forward that the older one has, or stare kind of upwards. And it really adds a lot of personality. Looking at this car, I can't really tell you how Luigi acts as a character. But like one look at this diecast and you can get a lot about Luigi's personality just from this look. I think they absolutely nailed the expression. And like I said, if they kept making cars in this series just have updated expressions like this, I would purchase every single one of them. But yeah, your typical Luigi details here. Shade of yellow is nice. I really am not a fan of how yellow the Thailand Luigi is. This is the Luigi underneath his mummy costume. But Vietnam's Luigi here definitely is a more accurate yellow color. Moving on to the back, we've got the license plate, which, here, take a closer look at it here. 445-10.8 Carburetor County. You'd see April and 1959 there. Of course, the numbers of his license plate are a reference to the coordinates to a Ferrari manufacturing plant. You have a thick black outline around the window there, which is not on either of these other Luigis, which is interesting. I could have sworn it was. Also have a pretty thick outline around the back windows on either side, and there is a look at his base. Moving on to Guido, it's unfortunate that he wasn't labeled as pit crew member Guido, but that's alright. It's just kind of annoying that he wasn't distinguished as such. It was really surprising to see this get a release instead of the normal Guido, but I think it's nice. He's looking off to the side. He definitely has a more similar expression to his normal counterpart, but he's looking off to the side, which again adds a nice bit of personality, especially if you want him like hanging out over here looking at Luigi. We've got the tire gun there, which unfortunately is still the wrong color. To date, the only two versions of Guido to have the right color are the wheel well version from, I believe, 2014? Yeah, 2014 Eldorado series, and the Precision series variant where it was a removable accessory. these two made some great updates to the expressions, but it would have been nice if they had updated the tire gun there. There is a look at his side. There is a look at the back. And there is a look at the base. I might go as far as to say that in terms of expressions for Luigi diecasts go, I think this is the definitive Luigi face. Out of every Luigi diecast we've gotten over the years, I'm going to say it, I think this is the best facial expression we've ever had for one. Guido's face isn't all that different, but the change is nice and very welcome. At the end of the day, even if you have a normal Luigi and Guido, I would honestly really recommend these two. And honestly, if you had a choice in a store between the normal Luigi and Guido and this version of them, I'd say go for this one. Yeah, you're getting pit crew member Guido instead of normal Guido, but Guido's so common you'll inevitably get him soon after. Anyway, guys, I can't believe it. You know, I'm usually not this positive in reviews. Usually I'm very positive in my reviews, but not this positive. I usually don't go out of my way to like recommend the cars and say you should buy them, but these are ones that I think people should really be aware of, that they're out there, because I didn't even know about the changes to these guys until my viewers alerted me to it. So if you see these guys, don't pass up on Welcome to Radiator Springs Luigi and Guido. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.